address you on that. After we had adjourned, we were informed in the afternoon by the defense that the issue of leading the witness on the AVL records is no longer going to be disputed, and that it will no longer be necessary to file the heads. We then sent an email to your registrar to that effect, and also requested the registrar to communicate that message to you. But in the meantime, I think there are other developments as well that Mr. Ramusipili will address you on.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Rapsi.
As the court pleases, my lord, firstly confirmation that Advocate Mngomezulu phoned me last night informing me that he's not feeling well, therefore he was going to consult a medical practitioner today. And then indeed so, my lord, there was vacillation yesterday as to whether heads should be filed. At first I was instructed by Mr. Mngomezulu to say that there is no need. However, late around midnight, he then called me to say, upon reflection and further consultation, he is of the opinion that that matter still needs to be canvassed via heads. He's going to draft heads. He'll be available on Monday to argue that matter, my lord. As the court pleases.
Okay. Mr. Nisi?
I'm not so sure whether I'm in a different environment. But what is happening is with regard to the application that had to be moved by the state yesterday, I think it should be in these early hours of today. I think it was almost 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I checked on my system. I got information from the state that apparently the defense, in respect of, in representation of accused number 2, has actually abandoned that application. They are no longer opposing the state's application, such that Mr. Mukhane could also be led on the AVL records. So, on the basis of that, then I said, well, it means we will be proceeding as normal today.
Okay.
With regard to Mr. I'm sorry about what befell Mr. Mngomezulu, but I'm not so sure, my lord, whether it will be a train smash, because my understanding excuse me, my lord.
A train smash?
Yes, I'm not so sure whether it will be a train smash.
If what is not happening?
I'm not so sure, because my understanding is that Mr. Mngomezulu and Mr. Ramusipili are conducting the defense of accused number 2 and 1 in tandem.
Yes.
Yes, such that the non-availability of Mr. Mngomezulu, I'm not sure whether it may be. Not so sure.
I don't know. What does Mr. Ramusipili say?
My lord will specifically remember that Mr. Mngomezulu is retained purely for the trial within the trial. So he's in charge of this pass, my lord.
So what are you saying?
I'm not in a position to proceed. Should it not be available on Monday, then I can proceed on Monday, my lord. I can prepare.
Then today, because it's not available?
I didn't prepare. I got the message, my lord, around 12 a.m. this morning. That's when I relayed it to my learned colleague, Advocate Baloyi.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Numan.
I thought it is the issue of mixed feelings, because yesterday I learned about this abandonment yesterday. So I only hear now that the matter is going to be...
The ghost has been resuscitated.
Yes. The issue has been resuscitated. So I'm in a difficult position, my lord. If Mr. Mngomezulu is going to argue this on Monday, then I think it is prudent that we argue the matter on Monday.
What was your initial agreement with Mr. Baloyi? Because Mr. Baloyi gave me the impression that all of you had agreed that it won't be necessary to object to the evidence to be led in respect of the AVL. That's the message I got. That all of you,
That was yesterday when we adjourned yesterday.
yeah, so I took it, that's the agreement.
And then later it is abandoned, and then again it is coming back.
Okay, Ms. Msholo.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, yesterday I also received an email at 15:44, my lord, also saying that the defense has indicated that they will no longer be proceeding, my lord, with the objections. As a result, also I did not proceed with the drafting of the heads.
Yes,
my lord.
yes, yes.
And now that Mr. Ngomezulu is not available when this matter concerns him mostly, my lord, I'm also, my hands are tied because I need to consult to get proper confirmation and instructions from him as to what is the way forward. In the absence, my lord, I cannot be in a position to address this court properly.
Yes, Mr. Baloi.
As a court, please, my lord, I did intimate to Mr. Ramusipili and to Advocate Ngumezulu that in the circumstances the state doesn't want to complicate the issues, we can let the issue of the AVL stand down. And I informed them in so many ways that there are other witnesses through whom we can hand the AVLs, and that we can then, for the sake of progress, my lord, just abandon the re-examination of the AVL. And I also intimated to them that today we can proceed. There's a witness who's available, and this witness is writing exams next week Friday. If we can start today and then lead his evidence, we can make good progress, my lord.
But Mr. Ramsapili says if Mr. Ngomezulu is not here, we can't proceed. Am I quoting you correctly, sir?
That is indeed so, Madam. That's what he also instructed me this morning, as the court proceeds.
Who is the witness, Mr.
It's female surgeon Muhola, my lord.
Ufola?
Muhola.
She's writing exams.
Next week Friday, yes.
Friday.
Yes. And just to put my friends at ease, we can proceed on the basis that the state will no longer pursue the re-examination on the AVL. We will do that. We will canvass the issue through other witnesses. We can therefore proceed per normal with the next witness of the state. It will no longer be necessary to file the heads.
Yeah, apparently it will still be necessary. Is that not so, Mr. Ramsapili?
It is very well so, my lord, because also we should recall AVLs do not exist in vacuum. They go together with the member's pocketbook and the particular car's logbook, my lord. So she is relevant. The registers that she uses are relevant, my lord, as the court places.
Yeah, Mr. Minister, am I correct when I say you were also going not to object after you got the message that accused number 2's counsel is abandoning the application?
Excuse me, madam. Oh, the question is directed to me.
Yes. Are you not in court?
No, I am here.
I see.
My hearing is a bit.
Yeah. You know, I'm saying,
Yes, madam.
so what is your pleasure? You are also now saying you want to object
With regard to?
the leading of the AVLO evidence.
No, madam. Our clients, our stance, accused number 3 on behalf of number 2 has always been very clear that we would abide by the decision of the court. There would not have been any meaningful argument that would have advanced to object.
Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Mshololo? Sorry, Mumalo? Mr. Mumalo? You're still objecting?
Yes.
That's your final statement.
It becomes difficult, my lord, because Mr. Mngomezulu is not here, because everything revolves around Mngomezulu. That is the counsel for accused number 2. So,
See, Ms. Mshololo,
so my hands are tied. Thank you.
Hands are tied. Ms. Mshololo, you also say you want to have a consultation with Mr. Mngomezulu.
Yeah, as the court pleases, my lord, my objections are subject to confirmation by Mr. Mngomezulu.
All right. Maybe I'm in a... there was a time when an advocate of this court, when he told you that the time is 12 o'clock, you believed him. Today, if an advocate of this court says the time is 12 o'clock, I've got to actually check whether in fact it is 12 o'clock. I don't come out preparing. I was preparing when I was phoned by my registrar to say, "Hey, the application is not going to take place because there's no more objection." So I also abandoned my preparation. I'm not the type of judge who comes to court not knowing what is going to happen. I peruse the law, as you know, the textbooks and everything, like you do, and I come here prepared. And now, if an advocate of this court tells me that, tell the judge it's not necessary to prepare. You know what? That application, we're no longer objecting to it. So that's how I came to this court. Okay, it's just unfortunate. There are some persons who don't take this case serious. It's obvious. At 8 o'clock, no, it's not going to go ahead. At 2:30, hey, you know what? I've changed my mind. It's going to go ahead. It looks like Rebapala Fafi. Vuga Lala, Lala Vuga. You know that game of the Chinese? Balui, have you ever played it?
I know of it, my lord. I haven't played it, but I know of it.
Yeah, the Chinese man comes. He's got 2 numbers. There's a runner. And then the runner is a sort of an internal spy for him. He'll tell you, he played 17 on a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, 17. And you all play 17. And of course he plays 1. You all lose. Okay, so we'll postpone to Monday. I'm sorry about this. Where's Mr. Sergeant Mokhano?
Manje insizwa zakhe ngisakhumbula ukuthi izolo njengoba kuye kwabizwa lo yafakazi omunye lo omunye lo bekafakaza kuye kwathiwa kunesicelo ekwamele abameli basidingide bakhulume nangaso namuhla leso sicelo leso asikwazi ukuthi singaqhubeka ngoba Ntathabusa baye bakhuluma bathi leso sicelo asisadingeki olunye udaba olubalekile ubaba uMngomezulu akaphathekanga kahle ushaya ucingo naye Ntathabusa ethi akaphathekanga kahle usayobona udokotela manje namhlanje akwazeki ukuthi singaqhubeka ngaleli cala siqhubeke njengayizolo ngoba nommeli osebenzisana nobaba uMngomezulu naye uthi ubaba uMngomezulu yena oyikuthi ushayela leli bhasi ngaleli cala manje njengoba sisadinga idala elidaba lolo balibiza utrial within a trial njengoba kusana labofakazi manje ke ingathi ufakwa isicelo sokuthi icala lihleliselwe emuva libuyiswe ngomsombuluko kodwa inkosi yenkantolo ayikasithathi leso sinqumo ayikasho ukuthi ngempela kuzoqhubekwa ngomsombuluko nayo manje yafundisa ingane ezincane ukuthi kunomunye umdlalo obizwa ufafi umshayina kodwa angiyojula kulowo sizoqhubeka inkosi yenkantolo masiseqedwe ukusinika isinqumo as the court business thing.
Yes. Sir, I'm sorry, we can't continue today because Mr. Mngomezulu is incapacitated physically, he's not able to come. So we will continue on Monday. I'm sorry about that.
Mamutlha lo khona go tswella pele ka lebaka la gore khoshi Mngomezulu ga ikwe ga botse mamutlha jwa lo tswela pele ka moshupolo. Understood, my lord.
Mr. Balo, even the evidence of Sergeant Mokhola, we can't continue with it because according to Mr. Ramsepidi, advocate, Ngomezulu insist with a brief for the trial within a trial. So you can't call any evidence or witness without Mr. Ngomezulu being around. Okay. All right.
Manje umshushisi yena bekazilungisile ethi unomunye ufakazi nami kodwa ngoba umnumzana uMngomezulu akekho ngeke sikwazi ukuqhubeka ngoba uyena umnumzana uMngomezulu okwamele aqhubeke ngale licala. Niyezwa insizwa zakithi. Inkosi yenkantolo yona beyizilungiselela ukuthi iqhubeke ngecala. Futhi enye into ebalekile uthi kuyabonakala ukuthi bakhona abanye abantu ayingathi lelicala abalithatheli phezulu abafuna ukuthi lelicala liphele kodwa inkosi yenkantolo ayizange ithi uMngomezulu yena ongafuna icala aqhubeke kodwa uthe abanye abantu ingathi lelicala abalithatheli phezulu.
Okay, finally then, any person among the counsels who still wants to object to the evidence of the AVL must prepare heads of argument, okay, including the state. Monday we shouldn't come here and say, I thought we were not going to go on, therefore I didn't do ABC. Any counsel who wants to object must come here having been prepared. And if you don't obviously object, fine, you can let the court know. Okay.
Kusenkantolo itshela wonke umuntu ukuthi bameli nomshushisi nomsombuluko nize nizilungisile ukuthi uma ingabe nina nisazofuna ukubuza ngalo le AVL lelana ekuthiwa imoto mayihamba uma iqhizuka iyabonakala kuthiwa beze bazilungiselele kungabi nomuntu ozoza athula ingoma esingayithuli ngomsombuluko.
Okay, the court will then adjourn.